in it. And you know what they say about opinions, right?
I don't give a damn. They like,
don't you even start your stuff.
Girl, come on. I don't give a damn. I'm ready.
You always ready. You stay ready because you ain't got to get ready.
You already know. Because it's about what? To each his own.
Right now.
Cheers. Do it. Cheers. Sit. You know I gotta tell you.
Hirsch, because I ain't even.
No, because you know I gotta tell you.
Oh, you know what? I'm messing up my chair.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, listen, why you fucking up shit? Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a little ghetto in this episode. I'll be right back.
What's wrong? Oh, she finished up the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got a little curious visitors today.
Yeah, I don't know. We got curious Georges rolling around in the studio today, yo. No shit.
It just got real weird.
All right, we big. So, all right, it's official. Welcome to another episode of Teacher's Own Podcast.
How y'all doing?
One of your lovely hosts, Ms. Lomax.
And I'm Sunkish Child.
Yes, y'all. And we are the Jones from the 215.
Well, better known as Chrissy and Anna, but we are here. Sorry.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yo, Anna, Chrissy, Anna. I don't know why. I told her people expect us to be fucking Siamese twins and shit. They always expect us to know where each other are. Y'all didn't make that up.
Crazy shit. Crazy.
Girl.
And my Uncle Murder voice. Yo.
Gosh, sure. So anyway, we are back to fuck and let's just jump right into it. Girl, what's going on?
Jump into it. Oh my goodness.
Girl, you know what I just saw before you put up to the studio, right? What? Hotels. Jasmine said she on the road, baby. She said I'm on the road again. I can't wait.
And she's bringing somebody with her. She mentioned that she's bringing somebody on tour with her too. Also, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I would want her to bring Orville Lennox on tour.
Okay, that would be
a nice.
That would be a nice.
They are a vibe.
Nice.
Sit On It was the best song on the fucking album. They are a fucking.
You
vibe.
got a couple points there.
They are a vibe, like straight like that.
Hold on, let me put my gloves on.
You were supposed to do that before we went on air. Anyway, like I said, I would love for her to bring Oreo Bob. So now you got me wanting to look into it and see who she's bringing on tour because I cannot fucking wait.
Me either. And that's something that's something exciting.
Yes,
that album was lit. Like I'm excited for the second part of it.
I actually just played it again the other day, all the way through from beginning to end, from intro to exit. I was excited. I'm like, ooh, bitch, I'm trembling. I can't wait to hear these live.
Girl,
I cannot wait to hear these live. I'm so excited.
Because it just, to me, was so creatively well thought out and put together. Like how she had everyone doing the skits, how they were very transparent about their stories. It was a lot of real. It was some gems being spit. And you know, of course, she got backlash, guys. Some men saw it as, you know, hotels, you know, they wanna shoot it down, but it's so great. You can.
You know them hoes style.
You know them hoes style. Okay, girl, you wanna come? Oh,
listen,
my God.
I know y'all didn't cancel R. Kelly, but everybody hasn't canceled. Y'all canceled R. Kelly, but I ain't canceling you.
I mean, it was appropriate for the moment.
It absolutely was, because I fucking told you I wasn't canceling the music. I'm still gonna step in the name of love, and God bless you. Each his own.
You gonna pray for her?
Keep praying. Pray for R. Kelly too while you at it. Yeah, he needs help.
And while we're here, who else is coming to town? I feel like it's the comedy tour is coming to town.
It's a few comedy gigs. You said the 85 South Show, Just Hilarious.
Yeah, it's the No Cap Comedy Tour.
Yeah,
it's coming. I think it's coming in March. Yeah, it's coming like mid-March or something like that.
Music Soul Child and
yes, I saw that. Who is it? Oh,
someone else.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember.
It's not Kim. It's someone else. Is it Kim? No, I don't think it's Kim. It's someone else. I can't quite remember. Also, someone else was coming the same week as Jasmine. We was discussing it recently. Who else is it? It's a singer.
A couple days before.
Yeah.
Is it a singer? Eric Bellinger? Is it Eric Bellinger? Am I wrong? It's two guys.
He and
what's his name? I can't even.
Not Ty Dolla $ign.
No, it's not. We are the worst, y'all.
We are the.
Are we aunties?
We gotta be. They probably gonna be listening to us like these fucking bitches on here. All you hear is
over it.
Why why you at? Because I'm like, duh.
Yes, Eric Bellinger and Sammy. How can we forget
Yes.
Sammy? Like,
Yes.
it's Sammy.
Girl.
Oh.
That's
gonna be a lot of good.
That's
gonna be a lot of good notes and air strokes.
And Sammy, his bedroom music album, that shit was a fucking vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit was a vibe.
Sammy has grown so much musically over the years, and just as a person. Follow him on social media.
As a look,
yes.
his voice has matured.
Yes.
His writing skills have matured.
Yes.
Overall, like you said, Sammy has grown into a very handsome, well-rounded human being.
Mature.
And he in love now too.
Yes, I see. He got back. Yes, he got back with what's her name, Peach.
He was looking for love though. Remember, he was looking for love for a while. He was putting it out there that he was looking for love. I started to slide into his DM. What? Sammy always looked good.
I'm not saying that it's you, but damn, he too got a girl. He got a girl.
No, I'm talking about when he was looking for love.
Yeah. Not looking for love. But when you looking for love.
No, I ain't want to play with his horn. That's the reason why I slid into his DMs. Because at that time, I wasn't looking for love at that time. So I was like, I ain't gonna even play with Sammy like that. I ain't gonna play with him like that. But God bless you, Sammy. Shout out to you because you will love now. We love that black love. Anyway.
I can't stand you.
What? Anyway, let's just jump right into it, y'all, because we're going to give y'all probably not the average episode today, so let's just jump right into the topics. There's a lot of other shit going on, but we'll probably get to it in the next episode, or we may not get to it at all. So, Anna.
Yes.
A.K.A. Miss Sunkissed Shot.
Yes, ma'am.
What shapes your moral compass?
What shapes my moral compass?
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly shapes my moral? A lot of things. I feel like my upbringing, experience, the environment, and just, staying true to who I believe I am and trying to be the best version of myself. That's what shapes my moral compass, and it's ever molding, if that's a thing, because as you get older and you have more experience and you go through different things and you meet different people, you have, things change. Somebody might introduce you to a new perspective on something, or you might have an experience. It doesn't have to be bad. It could be a good experience, and it just makes you a better person. Certain things happen to people, and it makes them a better person. So ultimately, I feel like those things are definitely key factors in what shapes my moral compass. And like I said, to each his own. But everyone's morale is I feel like it's on an individual scale. That's not like a group thing. Morale is different when it's each individual person. There is a term for it, but it's levels to that shit. Like, okay, you have any good morale? Not really. You might say, excuse me, but that bitch not gonna give you the rest of your change.
Now she might say, excuse me, but that bitch not
gonna
give you the rest of your change. Don't ask her,
and she's slick as hell, and now that she could care, you send her ass to the store, she gonna come back with not all your money.
Lies and deceit, bitch. Lies and deceit.
Yeah, my moral compass, yeah. It's interesting, It's
I would
very
say
interesting.
mine started with my mama.
Yeah, that too.
Like, to this day.
And religion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jesus.
Absolutely.
Jesus shapes it.
That mine started with my mom. Of course, my mom taught me religion. Because everybody knows that, I'm faith-based. I'm a Christian. I believe in the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. But my mom taught me that, and then my mom is my initial moral compass. That she is my initial reason that shapes my moral compass. Mm-hmm. And specifically because, like I said, as a 30-something-year-old woman today, I can still hear my mother's voice ringing randomly, and as I'm in random places and shit. I swear, I be on trips. I be at work. I could be anywhere, and literally, I might think I hear my mom calling me. Like I hear her voice like ringing as a background. No, it's not. Oh, it's not like that. It's Christy. Like it's a high pitched voice. And it scares the shit out of me. And I told her that before. I said, you traumatized me so much as a child. We used to yell so much and yell my name so much throughout the house. And now I think I hear you calling me in places where I clearly know that you're not. Mm-hmm. Like, why was I halfway across the fucking world and I thought I heard you calling me? Bitch, I know you're not here. She wasn't here. So that's scary. But my mom shapes my moral compass. And it was things that I always remember. It would be I wasn't scared if God was going to be mad at me or not. It was things that I didn't do. I remember growing up because I was like, what is my mom going to think? Or what is my mom going to do? How is my mom going to react? So my mom was always like my initial, she's the foundation, I would say, I guess, of the shaping of my moral compass. Outside of that, it's just religion. So I can say honestly my mom and just religion. I try to do everything I do not to go to hell.
Oh yeah, that too, yeah.
Because I really, again, as a faith-based individual, you know, I believe in hell, heaven, and everything. I really don't want to go to hell. I don't want my soul to burn for the rest of my life.
Good.
So I try.
I'm glad to hear.
Operative word, try. I try to do what I can do, you know, as far as my decision making as an individual. When I make my decisions, I think about, okay, is this going to cost me hell?
Or is this going to
am I willing to repent? That's really how I think about it. As I get older, and I even tell my mom this, like, Mom, you really don't have kind of like no shape over my decision or what I do. Some things, yeah, and I'll definitely, you know, kind of collaborate with my mom and have conversations with her to kind of see where her perspective is. My mom is like the angel. You know how you got a devil and an angel on your shoulder? My mom is like the angel, and I'm my own devil. So I'll call my mom when I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to be optimistic about a situation. I'll call her. Then if she says something I don't like, well, 9 times out of 10, she just gonna piss me off, and I'm gonna do whatever I want to do anyway.
I'm glad you finished that statement because I just had to interject. Pause right here. I just saw her sitting on her own shoulder in all black with 2 little horns on top of her head, kicking her legs. I'm kiki. I just want you to know I know her very well. That's exactly what the hell is going on over there. Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
Yes, I'm sitting on a black stool, black fur at the bottom, and it got leather on the top. Just in all black like the homie.
That devilish drip, you get on my
Yes, it's the devilish drip for me. Yes, I like that, bitch. I like
I
that.
can't do
but
it.
But that's really all that it honestly is to me. Like, I really just consider in my decision making, what am I willing to repent for and what's going to cost me help? And that's the God. I'm willing to be forgave for it, Lord forgive me.
I feel like 50, I gotta make it to heaven because I'm going to bed. I gotta make it to heaven. I hope I make it to heaven.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously.
Well,
that's what be running through my mind when I be, damn, should I do the wrong thing?
And it's so interesting that you pointed out the fact that, you know, at first it was more so just your mom. And I think I can identify with that because, of course, for me and my personal individual experience with being faith-based and, you know, believing in God, in the beginning, you know, it's your mom. It's like, she the law. Like, what she say go until you get to know and experience God for yourself. And then it's just like, okay, not saying that you don't believe in him, but it's just like, okay, then you start to understand why certain things happen in life and why you need to move certain ways. Even though you're still going to be your person, you still have a carnal side of you. You still, you know, you got it to the dome with the good book.
Move the fuck around.
Not referencing with the blasphemy. But yeah, I think
it's funny that you said the specific word what your mom said was law, because even in that aspect, when it came to breaking rules, I was more scared of my mom than I was of the police growing up.
Yeah, because she was going to whoop your ass.
Yeah.
That's why.
And again, but you got police brutality, police can pull out, you know what. I was more scared of my mom than I was of the police. Like, I specifically remember being in a fight when I was in school and I got gripped up by the police, like by my collar. I was not scared at all. The only thing I'm sitting in the bed, I'm like, fuck, what my mom gonna say?
Yeah.
Honestly, she's gonna be mad as shit. Yeah. The first thing even as an adult, I done got into shit and I'm like, fuck, my mom about to be mad as shit. I done got into shit as an adult and I'm like, don't call my mom though, because I don't want to hear her mouth. Now it's not even about getting in trouble. Now it's I don't want to hear her mouth.
Yeah, right. It just changes from one thing to
another.
Like,
but now I'm confident enough to tell my mom to her face, my mom won't hear your mouth.
I think that they get so offended when you say that, but it's just like, I know that what you're going to say to me. So, like,
like you're my mom.
We're way past the stage of you raising me.
Right.
So
that's what that's how I feel.
It happened. It's over.
That's how I feel about the situation. I thought, is it just me?
No, it's not just you. It's not just you. I'm very much there with you when you say that. Like, it's just like, why I gotta feel like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop and shit? Like, you You done whooped my ass how many times in my lifetime? I've been on how many punishments, girl? I got the message.
Your parents are these raised by both parents or just one. And shout out to what, the 70% of homes right now?
Oh, yeah, 70%. They said, 70%. The number of two-parent households.
Yeah, shout out to that. That's decent.
Went up to 70% within the last 30 years.
Absolutely. So big shout out to that.
Now, are they healthy households? I don't know.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
But nonetheless, they
are two parents.
Statistics.
So whether you in a single parent household or you just raised with your mom or just your dad, like you said, what they said, they was the yin and the yang. They was the law, and they were also the nurturer too. So they was like, remember, your parents was the person that whooped your ass, but you also went to when you didn't feel comfortable, when you didn't feel safe, you went to your parents. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a catch-22, bull.
Yeah,
it was a catch-22. So, like I said, that what they said was law, because I was definitely not scared of the police growing up, but I was scared of my mama.
Yeah, that.
I didn't do a lot of shit because of
just like we said on the other episode. Yeah,
right. It was a lot of shit that I was afraid to do, literally, because I was swore my mom was coming around the corner. My mom did what we call good threats. Like she made you believe that, you know, she was going to come up to that school. And my mom used to threaten me and say, you never know when I'm going to show up. Like something just simple as that. You never know when I'm going to show up. So, bitch, I'm in school acting right all the fucking time because I don't know when my mom going to show up. So, again, but morally, it's shaping my decision-making as a child because I don't know when my mom going to show up. So, every decision that I'm making, I'm being careful and it's calculated because I don't know when my mom going to show up.
Yeah, luckily. Go ahead, nothing.
Yeah, like, but I'm like, that's literally what shaped my moral compass growing up. Like, I ain't feel like getting my ass whipped.
Me neither. Who did though? And it's crazy because then on top of that, it was just like being the oldest. Everything always come back on you anyway. So you just like, bitch, can you just be? You be looking at your sisters like,
right? Because I definitely
she gonna come in here
for my siblings. My mom don't, but I definitely do.
She gonna come in here.
It was my ass that was whooped.
Throwing balls.
Period. Like, you gotta clean up.
Yes.
Mommy's. The fuck?
I hate you.
But yeah, that was just really strictly it for me. Like I said, now it's really just religion, and it's just that's it. You know, for anybody else, if it's anything else, you know, people probably have their like traditions and things like that that were passed down maybe, and different things that their family does, and I feel like that's what it is for the average person.
Yeah.
Again, as we become older and we experience more things, like you said, we may have different perspectives that we learn maybe from relationships or maybe from work, just from dealing with people, platonic relationships, and dealing with people in general.
Yes.
So in that aspect, yeah, there's quite a few things. I think like you used the term earlier that maybe or maybe not correct, ever goingly. So.
Ever molding, yeah.
Ever molding. That's what you said. I apologize.
Ever
molding shit up.
Yeah.
It's
like flubber.
Yeah.
Ever molding.
And it's just like learning. It's like learning something new every day, or getting to learn yourself every day, because every day we learn something new, and it gives you a chance to make a change. So the following day you can be a new person.
Yeah, a better person, better than
or a different person.
So that's the only person that you
before.
should be, comparing yourself to is the person that you were yesterday. Yeah.
Period.
That's it.
Say it again, Ashak. You said what?
Times. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person that you were yesterday. Because by next week you should be her or him, whoever you are. They.
Come on for pronouns.
Come on, they.
I like that. That was a great way to wrap up that topic.
Did you just snap?
I did. 2 snaps. No snap. Don't snap no more.
No, I'm getting a phone call. What's the next one? Sorry.
Oh no, they talk about move. Hang the fuck up.
I'm trying.
They interrupting.
Yeah, they are.
I be having to tell people that I'm going into recording before I fucking go into there, so they don't call me and interrupt, because I do cuss the people out. Don't interrupt me during my sessions. Y'all know better. Anyway, speaking of sessions and folks drawing, next topic: normalize pitting your folks on.
Yes.
And let me just start. I just want to say this before we move on any further on this topic. This is what To Each His Own is based about. When we do our bosses of the week, when we post our stories, when we post different people amongst our culture, within our community, doing great things, that's what To Each His Own is all about. Pitting your folks on. Everything is not about a celebrity influencing the culture. It's different people that's that's within the culture that are what we call, maybe some people call bottom feeders or entry level workers or whatever, that's making bomb ass moves and making a big ass difference in the community. And those people need the light shed on them as well. So that's what To Each His Own is all about. So I just wanted to lead this topic off with just saying this was a great topic for us and something that we definitely should have been talked about. Maybe I feel like because it literally defines what our show is about.
Yeah, it does. I mean, yeah, a big part of what it's about.
Yeah,
a big part of it. So like, I mean, some people feel like people is competition, so that's why they don't do that. Like for instance, it's crazy because I was actually watching an Instagram live this morning. They were all talking about being independent artists and shit like that, making beats, being producers, engineers, and the young man made beats, and then it was like he felt like ever since he started rapping, nobody wanted to get on those beats with him anymore. It was just like, okay, so you don't want to come in, you don't want to fuck with me no more. It was okay for me to be giving you these beats like hotcakes, you know. But now that I'm rapping and the price went up, now nobody wants to work with me. Is it like, cause like, but and it's just like, oh, okay, I see where you're coming from. Like I get it. It's just like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's just a basic version of that. But I feel like more often it can happen in any industry.
Absolutely.
And to be honest, just like everybody always, the saying is very true. There's enough money out here for everybody, so you don't have to feel like you gotta be all secret about certain stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, definitely charge people for your time if that's something that you work hard for. You put the work in and the time in.
For what you're worth.
Absolutely. But don't feel like that you don't, why not put your hand down to help the next person come up the ladder? Like, why? What's the problem with that? Why don't we want to see other people who look like us in higher places or getting different levels of success, whatever that may look like, because success is different to every person. So normalize putting people on. They might listen. You might not listen. You can't be afraid of that. You can't be afraid because somebody's vision is bigger than yours. They may surpass you. They may surpass you.
And the hating part is if you're withholding information or omitting information or resources or whatever the case may be in fear of being surpassed. That's
because they see the potential. You know what I'm saying?
That's hating. Or if you see the potential in somebody and everything is not about investing in somebody, putting money into somebody. No. Some things about word of mouth. Some people won't even speak your name in a room because they feel like it may dim their light, or like you said, it may cause you to surpass where they are. That's some hating ass shit. And one thing I can't stand is no hating ass bitch. And when I say bitch, I'm referring to guys and gals. I'm not just referring to females at all. Yeah. That's some hating ass shit, and I cannot stand a hating ass bitch.
I agree.
And I don't want to work with people. I don't want to interact with people that are like that. Yeah. Because that's just not my caliber. Yeah. That's not me. That's not who I am, and I don't want to rub elbows with folks like that.
Yeah, you want to steer clear of them.
Because energy is transferable.
Yes, it is.
It really is, and I don't want to be anywhere near it.
Keep my energy fresh. Anyway, on a more serious
get out of this energy.
On a more serious note, for real though, like you really gotta be careful. You really do. And in those instances, your reaction is everything. I'm just gonna put that out there.
All right, come on, talk to me.
Your reaction is everything. It's everything. You gotta watch how you react to people. Because although
I watch they walk when they say stuff to me.
Yeah, that too. I'm done.
See how quickly you agreed before you realized what I said, because you knew it too. You knew it too.
People gotta watch they walk. Well, where you walking to?
Friend, no, watch your walk and listen. You cross me, you better watch your walk afterwards. Watch where you're going.
Stay in the crosswalk. You are an idiot. Stay in the crosswalk. Crossing faith.
We walk by faith.
And you better use your sight. Because I'm coming with all my might.
Oh, bitch, I'm dying.
I hate her so much.
Oh, God. Oh, shit, bitch, my head is sweating.
But yeah, in all seriousness, it's different ways to support people. You can do social media posts, word of mouth, like she said, handing out their business card, even simply just mentioning their name in the room. You could be somewhere, you could be halfway on the other side of the world, having the business meeting about something totally completely different, and hear them having a conversation. A simple, I know somebody actually that's very reputable. Let me give you their information. You can send them to their business page, their website, their Instagram. You can give them their business card. You can give them their phone number if they allow that.
Or
do
even
it.
share resources with that person of business themselves. Specifically, if you know maybe a wholesaling company or anything specifically that can help them, or you know something they may be looking for, or you have a friend that's building a business per se, and you know that there's resources or tools that they might need, it's easy to just redirect them that way. Like, it's nothing wrong with that, but some people just have this mindset of like, oh, well, it ain't got nothing to do with me, that's not my thing, so I'm gonna mind my business. But if I have a clothing company and it becomes successful, you're gonna be the first person asking for a discount. Oh, because you my man. Oh, because you cousin. Oh, because you fam. No. Oh, because you can back the fuck up.
Yeah, that too. That part. Oh, because I spent how long making this shirt? And
it's like people don't want to believe in you until they see others do.
Yeah, right. And that's the number one thing they tell you about business when you start.
Absolutely, and it's true. And I'm not sitting here, I'm not complaining about it, but it just is what it is. We have to know, if you're going into business, you have to know, you have to understand it. So you have to stand on your own two toes, no matter who believes in you or not. You gotta believe in yourself. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
So again, normalize putting your people on. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if you feel like still it's just not something you really get into and you want to do, I just suggest you take a look into the mirror. And when the time comes and you're that person who then needs the support,
that was the other thing.
Don't be looking around like, oh damn, what's up? Because if you selling lollipops and I'm making music, we both got something going on.
Absolutely. Yes.
But just because I started,
and ain't none of my shit little.
Exactly. So just because I started selling music, making music 2 years ago, and you just started selling lollipops now, just because you just getting onto the business game, or you just getting in the entrepreneurship mindset.
Yeah.
Now you kind of get in the group, and now you getting out there and getting the hustle going, and now you want my support. But where the fuck was you at? Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
No, you was not.
R.I.P. Kobe Bryant.
You get my nerves. But R.I.P.
Real shit.
And to add to that, I just want to say, besides that, that's the reason why I always say be careful with your responses.
Like I said, talk to me.
You gotta be careful with your response. Like, you gotta make sure that, you're not setting yourself up to be in the fucked up position later either. Like, you gotta deal with people accordingly, don't get me wrong, but you also gotta make sure that you're not out here just, going off the rails with it.
I had to learn that for myself as an individual, I will say, because I was definitely a person that popped off, pop off as questions.
Oh, it is a time for peace and a time for war.
My mom always told me, and it's crazy that we talked about before which shapes our moral compass, because, not to go backwards, but my mom always used to say to me growing up, Christine, the first person to jump is always the first person to get in trouble or take the consequences. Because I had this mindset, and I still do, I kind of have this protective mindset for people that I love and care for. I'm always going to defense mode for them. And my mom, like, you can't do that. And of course, as kids, it would be stuff like, like fighting and getting in trouble in school. And it's like, Christine, you can't do that, because if people aren't willing to step up and be accountable for themselves and their own actions, you stepping up for them is not going to change the situation, but get you in trouble. They're going to walk along and be able to make the same mistakes all over again. And again, maybe potentially be unaccountable all over again. And that's that. Yeah, we have a guest coming in for our next episode. Sorry, y'all. Yes, we're doing multiple recordings back to back.
Yes, we are.
But, yeah, so if you're the first person to step out into the situation, then that's what it's going to be. So you don't want to put yourself out there first, and then you're unable to retract what you did, because you can't put information out there. You can't unsay what you said. You can't undo what you do. You can try to do things to make up for it, but once it's done, it's done. So I think about that even now to this day as an adult. Like, Christine, don't jump out there first, because the shit just might not go
how you think it's
going to go. And yeah, you can feel like you're the most Superman person all you want. You can be, because I'm a person that I'm willing to take my consequences. If If I made the decision to do something, I'm gonna stand on that shit. If the decision is, if the consequence is jail, if whatever the case may be, I made that decision, so I gotta stand on it.
Right.
Cause I made the decision. I don't give a fuck how mad I am at myself. I gotta stand on that shit.
You do.
There's too many people walking around in the world
making
making decisions, and they consequences is coming along, and y'all acting like y'all fucked up in the head, like you don't know what you did and you don't know when you did it.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel where you're coming from with that. That's 1,000% true.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, like I definitely think about that now as a 30-something-year-old woman. Like, you know, think before you act, and that's really what it boils down to. The very simple point that they used to teach us as kids: think before you act.
Absolutely. You should, and you should.
Absolutely.
And you should.
Yep.
So, excuse me. So putting your people on, what does that look like for you, and how can you make that better in the future and for now? Because I feel like it's so important. Anytime I'm in a room with somebody, like I said before, anytime I'm in a room with somebody mentions something and I know somebody that has an awesome product, good or service to offer, and I feel like that person that can make a play, I'm definitely gonna put the word in for. I'm like, listen, I'm walking down the street, somebody, you like my braids? Oh, check my sister out, she did them. This is her page. I got a sew in. Oh yeah, I bought bundles for my girlfriend. This is her page. I'm always. Oh, you like my car? I bought it from this person.
Right, bro. Shit.
But you want to
got a Courtney.
Exactly.
I got a family
so
Courtney.
You got the ride. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. I just wish people would get out of that mindset. Like, we really gotta break that mold. Like, what the fuck is the problem with putting people on that you can, especially when you can vouch for them? Yeah. Because it's different if you can't.
People even realize I'm putting them on.
Absolutely. Right. Because you a walking billboard for their good product or something. You know. Anything. Yeah. So that's something to take to consider, and we also want to hear back from y'all about that. Let us know how y'all feel about this topic, because we felt like it needed to be said, and we felt like it was something that we needed to bring to the light. So let us know how y'all feel about that.
Yeah. Period. Yeah. So I think it might be a good idea for us to maybe wrap up and go to the boss of the week, maybe.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
So like I said, this is going to be a shorter episode. This one was only about 30 minutes, so but I think it was a great 30 minutes.
It was.
So yeah. Chad. Speaking of putting your people on, I think this was a great boss of the week that you selected.
Yes, absolutely.
So please do the honors of letting the tribe know who this great.
You have to do it.
You have to do it.
I deleted it by accident. Yeah, I didn't want to say that. Yeah, I deleted my note by accident, y'all. Yeah.
Listen, shit fucking happens, okay? But this is why we're a fucking team. I got the shit too, bitch.
Yes.
I got you back. The Black Business Company.
Yes.
Shout out to you guys. I just want to quickly, they have a YouTube page that it was that. Oops, sorry, yo. Well, y'all might just have to listen to that a little bit before we click that off. So, nevertheless.
I'm just gonna talk over that because real quick, yeah. Oh, is it
Yeah,
starting?
this is theirs right now. So I actually wanted to pause it because I wanted to read their description on their page.
Oh yeah, because they're basically. I mean, you can read it. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a Black professional out there who does it. Will help you find them in 3 clicks or less. That's our promise. So their Instagram page is at the Black Business Company. It's all one word.
Yeah.
And you can pretty much go to their page and identify Black business companies for any and every
thing that you can think of
within any industry, right?
Yeah, and you can go sign up, put your email in, so you can actually, if you have business, you can be put on there and be on their list.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So do yourself a favor and get with the Black Business Company, okay?
Yeah.
Do that, because let me tell you, these Black professionals out here, we moving. Don't get it fucked up, okay?
Yeah.
So get on that email list ASAP.
Shout out to you guys, the Black Business Company again.
Shout out Mike from Juicebox Podcast. He's one of the people who's behind the brains of that. So
behind the scenes on the
yeah.
Come on, Mike.
Yes, he's back there.
I wanna be like Mike.
Shout out Mike Sadler. That's my homie from high school. He's doing big things. That's what's up. And shout out to Juicebox Podcast, our brother pod.
Yes, I know that's right. So yes, you guys. So again, we did bring you guys a short and sweet episode today. So I enjoyed it. So is there anything else that you want to let the people know before we head out of here and wrap up?
Stay healthy. Less dairy, more herbs. Wear a mask, wash your hands.
And that's on gang. So, again, thank you for joining us on another episode of To Each His Own 215 Podcast. I am one of your lovely hosts, Miss Lomax.
And I am Sunkissed Child. Ain't no underscore no more, y'all.
You took the underscore out?
Yes, I did, finally.
Bitch, when?
The other day.
And together, we are
To each his own.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all that shit, wherever you listen to podcasts, period.
We
gang.
Gang, gang.